vampire like totally came in my window. I was just taking my shower off and all of a sudden I was in my...
Shut up!
Why don't you stop being a vampire? Why don't you do something good with your life?
I have no other skills. This is all I know how to do.
How do they do it? Do they have text? Do they know jokes? They just know techniques?
How do you improvise?
Hi, it's Arno and welcome in Ex Machina, the channel talking about improv, theater and storytelling. And for this first episode, I would like to ask you a question. In which other form of art than theater do we do improv? No idea? Well, it's quite normal actually, because there are few. In music, we know the jam sessions, where a group of musicians gather up to improvise songs. But it's seldom done in front of an audience. Less known is the improv jazz. A very specific kind of performance, very codified, where Charlie Parker excelled. But it's not that recent. We can date it back 1,000 years ago, back to the Middle Age, with improvisers among the classical, baroque, and romantic musicians. Franz Liszt, a Hungarian composer of the 19th century, was a very renowned improviser. He would take themes from the audience to play them without preparation. But it's only during the 50s that it is going to be codified with the improv jazz. What can I say, it's gorgeous. But when I see that, I cannot tell the difference between a written part and an improvised one. In pictorial art, we sometimes see live performances, but I'm not sure it's really the core of the performance. In literature, Georges Simenon proposed to write a whole novel in front of an audience in a glass box. But it never happened for many reasons, and I know none of them. So improvised performances are quite rare. The closest thing could be dancing, a bit like the hip-hop battles, which remind us of the improv matches. Still, when we say improv, we first think about theater. So why? Because theater is the form of art that talks the most directly to the audience. Meaning that any scene wants the audience to empathize with the characters, or at least feel what is happening on stage. Even if sometimes it just doesn't make sense at all. The brain will figure out a way to make sense out of it. So when we are watching improv, we ask ourselves two questions. What is going to happen next, and what would I do next if I were this character? And that's what hooks us. And that's the difference between improv theater and any other form of art. We don't identify ourselves to the actor, but to the character. While the virtuosity of a saxophonist is right in our face when we see them performing, an actor has his expertise behind his character.
And that's why we ask ourselves, what is going to happen next? What would I do next?
If I see Andre Rieu doing a solo violin, I'm not asking myself, hey, what kind of chord would I play next if I were him? So now you wonder, yes, but Arno Pierre, he's just a matter of identifying yourself to the character. Or isn't there any improvised movies? Good call, or a treasure's version of me. And maybe someday we will see movie makers doing improvised movies. But I doubt it. Because improvising is not just inventing the characters and the story, it's also about self-direction and staging. While an actor can have an idea of his direction by looking at the decor, his position, the lighting, maybe be supported by a lighting improviser, or even a musician improviser, a movie actor has no fucking idea. It's just a whole other language. The framing, the lighting, the movements, there are too many changes he cannot anticipate or know while he's acting. And with that direction, there is no acting. Because direction is a complete grammar, which participates to the narration of the story, but also the immersion of the audience. And as we said earlier, without any immersion, there is no improvising. Maybe not. Maybe it's due to the fact that theater exists since antiquity while cinema exists only since the end of the 19th century. Maybe cinema is still a bit young and experimental movie makers will one day make improvised movies. So be it, young Padawan. And this is why in the next episode of Ex Machina, we will see the history of improv.
Who took the bomb?